Hello, once again. Welcome to another episode of Transformational Videos by Charles Msilanga. These are videos to help you reach your potential as you live in your purpose. And I want to say thank you to everyone watching me, and if you feel blessed by these videos, please feel free to click on the subscribe button so that you can be able to get notifications every time we post a new content, and also be a blessing to someone else by sharing and spreading the word out so that more people can be blessed. Today I want to speak about your environment. Let's be honest, when scientists talk about environment, they have this term that when you take care of the environment will take care of you. And I'm not going to talk about the environment as far as the climate is concerned, but I'm going to talk about the environment as far as your life purpose is concerned. Let me tell you something. I believe that you cannot fulfill or reach your ultimate potential in some settings and some setups. What do I mean by that? What I mean is sometimes you need to expose yourself to an area or to an environment or to a position that catalyzes and facilitates your goals, mission, and purpose in life. The reality is, most of the time, you need to understand that your purpose in life, your vision, and your assignment as far as your life is concerned operates like plants are operating. For example, you cannot plant a coffee tree in the coastal area or in a high temperature or in a desert, for example, and expect it to thrive. The same way, you cannot get a coconut tree in a highland and expect it to thrive. What I'm saying here is that you are wired to achieve some things that cannot be achieved if you stay and stick in a specific location, situation, or position that you are at right now. Let me tell you something. Your assignment in life has an audience and has people that should benefit from your assignment, your purpose, and your mission in life. It's like a company. It has a target base. The same way your life presence or your lifetime should have a presence and a target as far as people is concerned, because you have something to influence the world. If you never knew that, you have to know that you have something to influence the world. You have something within you that the world can learn from you, or can learn based on the things you produced or you produce or you are producing, and the world can get better because that thing came from you, right? You get me there? Now, what I'm trying to connect between the environment and the things that are within you is that you need to understand and realize that the things that are in you, they have and they need to be nurtured so as they can be able to grow from you, right? And that is meaning that you have to understand and realize that not every place or area is for your benefit. Not every place where you are operating is favorable for your thriving. You get what I'm saying? So you need to understand that for you to thrive, you need to operate in a place where the environment is set for you to thrive and not for you to survive. And that is why I'm trying to challenge your mind right now, so that you can be able to understand the impact and the significance of your environment as far as your life journey and your life purpose is concerned. Let me give you a short story. If you are operating in a place or in an environment where people believe that it is impossible to become wealthy, or it is impossible to succeed in this life without getting through or getting to a point of your victory in the right, genuine way, that forms your perspective about becoming successful as far as monetary success is concerned. If you grow up in a place where you have always seen, understood, and realized, and have put within your mind and your brain that it is impossible to have thriving relationships, then you will always live to grow and understand and commit within you that it is impossible to have a thriving relationship, And therefore, what I'm trying to teach you today is to tell you that yes, there are people who are becoming successful in the right, genuine way. There are people who are reaching their goals without burning other people's souls. And there are people who are thriving as far as relationships is concerned. And there are people who are actually making it and enjoying good, healthy, and steady relationships. But the reality is, for you to reach to that particular point, you need to understand that your point of view or your perspective about life, about some particular topics, about some particular decisions are hugely affected and impacted by the environment you allow yourself to be in. Now, what I want to tell you is I want to give you 3 reasons why it is very necessary to be keen in ensuring that you put and set yourself in a good, healthy environment so that you can become everything that you are meant to become and reach your potential, fulfill your purpose, and live a purposeful life. And the first thing is this, is that your environment shapes your behavior. Your environment shapes your behavior. Whether you like it or not, we are influenced by the people around us. And by environment here, I also mean significant contributions to people around us, because people make the environment. And I repeat, this is not about the climatic side of the environment. This is about the social side of the environment. So your environment affects your behavior, right? Your environment affects your behavior. Let me give you a very good personal example. So I grew up in a point, in an area where I never saw people achieving big. I only saw people succeeding on television, on social media and whatnot. But I didn't see it in the environment where I was growing up to. And this, out of humility, really made me to wonder, the things that I see on TV, are they real? And I grew up desiring so much to experience and expose myself to the things that I wasn't aware of, or I wasn't in contact with firsthand. And what that meant is that in one way or another, I had at the back of my mind, and I really had to fight it, a behavior where I allowed my circumstance to determine my outcome. And this affected, and I really had to fight it because it affected how I viewed life, and it affected my behavior as far as life is concerned. But when I fought that, I realized, and I'm grateful I realized that at a very young age, that my current situation should not be my ultimate outcome. And that is why I want to let you aware that your environment affects your behavior. And if you are in an environment that does not facilitate or influence or catalyze your life mission and purpose, then it means that your behavior will not facilitate or align with your life mission and purpose. So you need to understand that it is very necessary and important to operate in an environment that boosts and aligns with your behavior, so as you can be able to reach the goals and the desires of your heart as far as your goals and dreams is concerned. So it's very necessary and important to understand that your environment affects your behavior. The second thing is that your environment impacts your comfort zone. Your environment impacts your comfort zone. Let me tell you something. If you are in an environment where people within your environment are people who are thriving, people who are going after their own goals, missions, and dreams in life, they are aggressive, they are intentional about life, trust me, you will be challenged positively to also ensure you have the path and you focus on the right path as far as your life journey is concerned. But if you are in an environment where people are not doing that, you will automatically operate in a sense of comfort that won't help you as far as reaching your full potential in life is concerned. So it's very necessary to understand that your environment challenges your comfort zone. So if you are in a good environment, an environment where people are thriving, people are growing, people are developing, and your association in that environment activates you to become better, trust me, you will get out of your comfort zone. But if you're in an environment where people around you are not working hard, or they're just comfortable with what they have, they are comfortable with who they are, they're not dreaming to becoming better than the way they are, then trust me, you will operate in a comfort zone. And by saying that, I do not mean that you should always, have a sense of greed. What I mean is that I'm talking about hunger and not greed. The hunger to become more than the way you are today. And the enemy of your ultimate potential is your current success. And if you have reached a significant success that you thought was your ultimate potential, trust me, there's got to be more. And that every time, every day, the bar always keeps on rising higher and higher, because you have within you greater things that sometimes you never knew you had those things within you. So it's very important to come out of your comfort zone, because it will introduce you to the you did not know is you, because of the ability and the results of the things that can come based on you operating out of your comfort zone. And the third thing as to why I tell you your environment is very, very important is that your environment influences or shapes your beliefs. Your environment influences or shapes your beliefs. Let me tell you something. If you are growing, or if you are operating in an environment that believes a particular thing, trust me, you have a high chance of believing in that particular thing. And since we are talking about potential and purpose here, I want to let you know that you can believe some things about you based on the environment you set yourself into. And sometimes when you put yourself in an environment that does not strive to make you know or to expose you to some of the great things that are around you or are within you that needs to be unleashed, the truth of the matter, you will not expose those things. And you need to learn and understand that it is very necessary to operate in an environment that exposes some things within you by making you to believe that some of those things are in you, and that you have to understand and realize that you should get them out of you because they don't belong in you. The fact that they are in you, it means they should live out of you because they will thrive out of you, because everything that is given by you, everything that has been gifted by you, by God, it is not for you, it is for the world. It is meant to make the world a better place. But the reality is, if you set yourself in an environment that does not show you or does not aim to show you how great some of the things that are within you can actually be a blessing to the world, then you will always live to believe that you have no significant and ultimate potential or a blessing to add unto this life. And so those three things I want you to consider today as far as your environment is concerned. Number one, your environment shapes your behavior. Number two, your environment challenges your comfort zone. Number three, your environment shapes your belief. The choice is yours. Are you going to operate in an environment that will catalyze you to become everything that you're created to become? Or are you going to operate in an environment that limits you so that you can only become who you are and all that is exposed right now? I hope you choose the first option. And I believe that when you operate in a great environment, you operate in a place, in an area that will expose you to your ultimate potential. And I wish you all the best.